online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we're back here in studio. Abby Rutledge in the house, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams, top agent on our team. We're going to talk about the real estate market and some of the stats, new listings, price decreases, price increases, what's happening in the market. We're going to dive deep into that coming up here with Abby on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Before we do, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air. 2156 Masters Court in Dunedin. This is a beautifully remodeled in-unit condo. Great opportunity to own real estate right here in Tampa Bay. And this one is on Masters Court in Dunedin, Florida. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 20 square foot condo, beautifully remodeled in unit. You have 2 primary suites. You have an eat-in kitchen space. Beautiful property here, close to, and you have community amenities like a community pool, golf club, clubhouse, restaurant, lounge. Close to Honeymoon Island, downtown Dunedin as well. One of the hottest little small towns in all of Tampa Bay. People really love Dunedin, that whole Palm Harbor area, Safety Harbor. So many cool areas to live here in Tampa Bay. That one's 2156 Masters Court, unit number 2156 Masters Court in Dunedin, Florida. All right, we also have a beautiful listing here at 7532 Yachtsman Drive in Hudson, another waterfront beauty from the Platinum MVP team. This one is on the canal. You have access to the Gulf of Mexico. You have solar as well on this property, and a great opportunity to own real estate on Yachtsman Drive in Hudson, Florida, 7532 Yachtsman Drive. Owners motivated, just did a price improvement here as well. Newer kitchen as well at Yachtsman Drive in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com. And a quick shout out to our friend Lawn Anglers, Adam Long and his team. They do a great job over at Lawn Anglers. If you're looking for a new landscaping company to do a great job for you, we highly recommend Adam Long and his team. Lawn Anglers, lawn maintenance, landscaping, mulching, tree trimming, and more. Reach out to Lawn Anglers and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Now, you can also call our hotline if you'd like any connections to any of our CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, so many different types of small businesses here, self-defense, of course, many different areas of home service providers, 727-263-3707, and we'll put you in touch with whoever you're looking for, and we appreciate you supporting the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors, over 40 different categories, 80 categories rather, 40 different partners with the Consumer Quarterback Show. 727-263-3707, online at consumerqb.com. consumerqb.com. You can submit an email form there on our website as well. All right, Abby Rutledge, welcome in to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And let's start with a little bit of intro. How did you get into real estate? What's your background in real estate?
So my background in real estate is I started as a real estate appraiser in the Northern Virginia, D.C. metropolitan area 33 years ago.
Awesome. And
have done everything from being a staff appraiser, contract appraiser, having my own company with 7 appraisers under me. I was actually an area manager for one of the largest mid-Atlantic region lenders and servicing one of the largest real estate companies. So anyway, I've kind of done a little bit of everything and decided to take the leap into real estate, and I've been doing that now for the last 6 months or so.
Wow, yeah, and talk about all-stars. You have been able to bring that experience as an appraiser into the real estate space, and then joining our team not very long ago. You've already got a lot of deals under contract, and just you are doing a great job. So we're really excited to see where your career path is going to lead you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely feel that my experience, I know how to price properties, and I think that's why they go under contract so quickly. Properties that have sit on the market for 6 months, I've been able to take them over, get a contract in 8. Just had one go on the market Saturday. Now we have a contract today, 5 days later. So I really believe that there is value there for my experience is.
Yes, big time. I taught that class, Win with Sellers, yesterday at the Greater Tampa Realtor Association, and it was interesting because when I think about winning with sellers, and you're either going to win or lose the listing appointment 9 times out of 10 with the way that you present the price.
That's right.
The price is so important. It really is. When you look at pricing, of course, marketing, all these other things matter, but it really determines how confident you are when you present the price and the way that the market is going to receive that price. So since we're on the topic, let's look here. So thanks for bringing in these stats. So Pinellas County, we're going to start with Pinellas County. If you think about it, new listings. Now, is this for the month?
This is for just the last week.
For the last week. Okay, so this is the last week. We had 472 new listings and 820 price decreases. So even though we have low inventory, we've got about a 1.5 month supply of inventory, roughly. It might be 1.7, or I haven't looked at it that as recently, but around that number. Okay. With even that low inventory, we're still seeing 120 price decreases in 1 week. That's a pretty staggering number. What do you think attributes to that?
I think that there's still a lot of aspirational pricing out there.
Yeah.
I think there's still a lot of sellers that don't understand that, with the higher interest rates, there's less affordability.
Yep.
So we still may have a seller's market because of lack of inventory, but a lot of people can't get in because the affordability is not there. But they're not really looking at that. They're like, okay, we still think my house is worth $600 when it's probably really the market's saying $550,
right.
And until they get to that $550, they're not going to sell it. And
right.
so that's what I think's happening. I think the reality, when you see that many price decreases, I think the reality is hitting people.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're sitting on the market, typically if it's 14 days on market and you're having very little activity, then it's time for a price improvement. And that's what our nationwide mastermind talks about with Keller Williams Realty. One of the great advantages of being with Keller Williams is that we have this mastermind mentality, this group where we talk about what the best practices are. And our listings don't sit. We get them closed faster. We get them on the market and they get under contract. So staggering numbers there. So that's Pinellas County. Pasco's similar. New listings for the last week, 304 new properties hitting the market, and we had 404 price decreases. Hillsborough County, 455 new listings hitting the market in 1 week, and we had 555 price decreases. So it's happening across the board. So it's affordability. Also, so what weighs into that? Not only interest rates, also insurance and taxes in a lot of cases too. So insurance has been a challenge.
It has definitely been a challenge, and we're seeing that in our condo markets as well, right? Where they just don't seem to be moving as quickly. We're having to do a little more aggressive pricing on those properties because of insurance and the milestone reports. And, it's awesome because some of them have already been done, but the ones that aren't, I think people are just a little bit nervous. So I would be curious to see how many of these price decreases, if they were broken out, were condos or single family or mobile. Like, that would be interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, I would bet it's overwhelmingly more the condo market. It would definitely be more of a condo market. Let's continue with these stats. So I'm going to go back to Pinellas here. So it's interesting. So you look at median sold price, $410,000. Pasco County, median sold price, $339,000. And the median sold price for Hillsborough, $399,000. So interesting. Pinellas, of course, you're closer to the beach. It's more densely populated. So that value of the land itself, even just the land, not including the structure, is going to be more of a value versus maybe up in northern Pasco County, where you get a little bit more bang for your buck up there. You get more dollar per square foot up in Pasco County. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, that's exactly what it is. Pinellas, you have a little higher, maybe dollar amount because of the water and everything. What I thought was really interesting in Hillsborough, I was talking to a realtor that we wrote a contract down in Ruskin, and he said that he has been told that there's going to be 300,000 people anticipated to move to South Hillsborough in the next 10 years.
Wow. Yeah.
That's a pretty big number.
Yeah, big jump, big dynamic. So if we back it out and we look at Florida as a whole, you have Florida about 1,000 to 1,100 people a day moving to Florida. So then it's like, okay, where do they go? There's a good chunk that goes to Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, that county there, because it's just densely populated. There's a big job market there. So you look at Miami pulling a lot. It's around 50% Miami pulls. And then second out of the state of Florida, it is the Tampa Bay area, and then I think it's Orlando comes in third, and then fourth is like Bradenton, then you get to Fort Myers. So where are the people going? Right, that's where they're moving to. And then you look at where is there space to build?
Right.
South Hillsborough County.
That's
Why
right.
Mama? These river views out in Riverview, out in what else is out
Ruskin,
there? Ruskin. Yep.
So definitely, I think that's what he's saying, and that's why he feels that these properties are just going to be so much more valuable because they're going to be more affordable.
Sure.
And people are going to be like, well, I'm still in Hillsborough County.
Yep.
I'm just going to go to the south now.
Yeah, still catch a Bucks game. You still come up for concerts, and you get on the Leroy Selman Expressway. Get downtown pretty quickly. And, where we live over in Pinellas, you can shoot the 275, and now you're down in Manatee County, so you can still get to a lot of places. Infrastructure is a challenge. That's going to be a challenge we look at. The roadways getting clogged and things like that. So hopefully we have plans and we're taking that into account. I know our commissioners should be looking at that. Interesting stats. We're talking with Abby Rutledge here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. She's a top agent on our team, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife Lindsay and I own a team, and we have a top 100 ranked team. Of course, our syndicated radio and TV show allows you the opportunity as a seller to have your property featured live on air on the show, and then that syndicates out. So we're daily 4 o'clock on 860. We have our Sunday morning show, 102.5 The Bone, but we're also syndicated on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, YouTube, Rumble, all the major social sites. So we're getting a lot of additional exposure and views and likes and tweets and all that good stuff on our listings, Abby. So I think that's a key element when it comes to adding value to the sellers is, hey, what are you doing outside of the MLS? What are you doing outside of the basic and traditional marketing? And then it comes down to, negotiation and making sure that the contracts and servicing the client. So that's a big part of it as well. We're going to take a quick break. More with Abby Rutledge here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And please follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at Brandon Rhymes 1 at CQB Show as well. And pop by the website, PlatinumCoastalElite.com. You can do a search there. You can find real estate properties, PlatinumCoastalElite.com. We'll be right back. More real estate talk here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider who shares your values. They offer the very best nationwide coverage on 4G and 5G LTE networks and exceptional 100% US-based customer support. Patriot Mobile offers discounts for veterans and first responders, NRA members, and families with multiple lines. Learn more at patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. That's patriotmobile.com/consumer QB. Or if you'd like to give us a call, you can reach out at 727-263-3707. That's 727-263-3707. And we'd be happy to tell you more about Patriot Mobile. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. You can reach me at 727-263-3707. Call or text 727-263-3707. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're talking with Abby Rutledge from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty here in Tampa Bay. And before we jump back into this conversation around real estate and statistics, things happening in the Tampa Bay market, I'll let you know about a hot listing here. 6401 Drexel Drive. This is Unit G4 in Port Richey. Another one of our newer listings. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. You have a carport there as well. 894 square foot villa-style condo. Waterproof flooring, fresh paint. Ability to rent it right away. A lot of people are looking for those investment opportunities, so we'll talk about investors here coming up in a minute. Pets are welcome. There's no age restriction in this community, and the HOA covers a lot of your exterior different maintenances there. 6401 Drexel Drive, Unit G4, Port Richey, Florida. Another one of our hot listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 1515 Bayshore Boulevard, Unit number 11 in Dunedin. This is another great opportunity to own a a beautiful property in Dunedin, Florida. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 649 square foot condo in the heart of Dunedin. Updated flooring, beautifully updated bathrooms, large kitchen that boasts plenty of cabinet space, an array of amenities, including a community pool located between downtown Dunedin and Honeymoon Causeway. Easy access to the Pinellas bike trail as well, and the Weaver Park. You can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. And a quick shout out to Discovery Golf Cars, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Discovery Golf Cars, check them out online. Stop by and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. They've got their Clearwater location, Newport Richey location, and a Land O'Lakes location. Discovery Golf Cars, they've got the Easy Go, Star EV, Cushman, and new and used. You can find them online, discoverygolfcars.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, discoverygolfcars.com. All right, back here in studio, Abby Rutledge, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Now, renters, it's an interesting dynamic. You know, yes, the rents have come down a little bit, but it's still not a good decision to make. You want to be home owner. You want to be owning the home. You want to be paying down debt, taking advantage of the tax implications there as well. And I think it's a great time still for renters to get into the game because a lot of sellers are willing to make concessions, as we see with these record high price improvements, price drops.
I agree. No, I think, we're hearing kind of, now is the time that, renting seems to be less expensive than if you were to buy. But that's just a short-term outlook.
Right.
I think if you're, you have to look at it as the long-term, and you have to look at historically what has been the most beneficial to people. Well,
right.
It's to own a home.
Yeah.
You get, like you said, the tax benefits. Now that prices are decreasing, oh my goodness, it's a wonderful time to take your renters, to talk out to your renters and say, hey, listen, we could probably make a better deal with this, the price coming down, and they're going to give you some concessions on top of it.
Yes, concessions is the key there, because what you're able to do now is you're able to build in closing costs or maybe a rate buy down by utilizing concessions. So if you're new to that phrase or doesn't mean a lot to you, let's just use round numbers. Let's say you have a $100,000 single family home or a condo. And the buyer agent says, "Hey, let's make an offer. We'll offer let's offer closer to list price because we like this place. We think there's value there. But we'll give them a full price offer, $100,000." And you say, "Okay, let's add in though 3% seller concessions." Okay, you want to describe what that seller concession means, Abby?
Well, seller concessions just mean that you can get up to 3% of whatever the contract price is towards your closing cost in your prepaid items. So the buyer doesn't have to come out of their own pocket with all of those expenses.
Right.
And it can be the difference between a buyer being able to buy that property or not being able to buy that property.
Right, yeah, so those concessions come in and buy your rate down. They can help pay off your closing costs, sometimes even prepaids, depending on the lender, how they structure that. But it's in essence, it's a gift from the seller. They're building it into the price, but it's in essence a gift, 3%, which is $3,000 in this case. So think about that. It's a big play. A good way to do it. So you get the seller concessions in there, and then instead of renting, paying your landlord's mortgage, you're paying your own mortgage. You're building up equity. You have, an opportunity to have cool parties without getting kicked out, right?
Right.
Because if you're renting, you never know, you might get kicked out. But there you go. There's another benefit of owning versus renting. So we're talking with Abby Rutledge here, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And Abby, what else are you seeing out there? What do you think's important for people to know right now? General real estate topic.
What I'm really seeing is that people are more flexible in their pricing.
Yeah.
And even just going back to what you were just talking about, the closing costs, before, I think even just a few months ago, people just didn't really want to give up a whole lot. They didn't want to come down. Now they seem to be willing. I wrote a contract this morning actually where they're willing to give 2% back for closing costs.
Nice.
So I think we're just seeing the flexibility. I think we're seeing a little bit more of the reality kick in, and sellers being a little more flexible, but buyers having a bigger opportunity.
Yeah.
Because of where we are right now.
Right. Yeah. That buyer side opportunity is still there, and I think it's often overlooked because they don't understand concessions or they don't understand the dynamics of the market. And just because the rates might be a little bit higher than they were a year ago or 2 years ago, it's still a good opportunity to get into the business. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. People are, and when it comes down to sellers, what's the motivation, right? It's got to be the motivated seller. They got to have a reason to sell their they're adding an extra family member with a new baby coming, or maybe they want to live closer to the beach or closer to my old aging parents. I got to be there to take care of the parents because that's, hey, that's my duty. They took care of me when I was in diapers, and now it's my turn, right?
Right.
There you go. But so we're talking real estate here. The affordability is a big factor. You think about the affordability of buying a home, and I think the job market is often overstated as you see the numbers come out from the Department of Labor where they'll come out and say, hey, there's 350,000 new jobs created last month, but then the next month they downward revise those job numbers, right? So that's a common thing that they're doing lately. I think it's 13 months in a row the current administration has downward revised the amount of jobs by 100,000. They're only off 100,000, yeah. But anyways, so a lot of people are working two jobs.
Yes.
They're not making as much money as they were before. The economy's not in great shape as much as they tell you it is. So all of these factors are leading to affordability, and then the combined people moving to Florida, that's pushing the prices up. Still, the overall trend is still going up, even though there are a record number of price improvements. So I know that's a long-winded, kind of summary of where we're at right now. But it is the affordability is what you keep coming back to.
Right. And I think you're starting to see, too, I just had a closing yesterday where a young professional bought a house, but her parents co-signed for her because, we're just living in that kind of world. Yeah. And thankfully she had that ability that, had great parents that would do that for her. Yeah. But, I think we're just having to be a little more creative. Yeah. I think it's just kind of like, people still want to buy homes. It's just a matter of, like you said, affordability, inflation. Certainly go to the grocery store. We all know how hard it is to buy groceries right now. Yep. With the wages not really increasing. But I still just think it's a great time to buy. And when I talk to my buyers, they're so ready, willing, and able. And it really seems like when I talk to my sellers now, especially when they're motivated, and you can show them the numbers.
Exactly.
And then, I think it's so important. The seller's net sheet is so important when you go out there because they don't know.
Exactly.
They just think, oh, I want to sell it for this. I want to get this. And so you literally sit down, you show them the numbers, and half the time they go, wow, I'm really surprised. Yeah. I didn't expect to walk away with that much. Wow, I can be a little more flexible.
Right.
And so that's just educating.
Yeah, exactly. Consultative approach, educative approach. That way you're letting the client know, here's what you're going to walk away with, the net sheet, and they're feeling more comfortable with that, and that's going to help them a lot. And don't sleep on vacant land as well, guys. There's still vacant land out there. You can build your dream home, contract with a builder, still work with an agent because we're going to help protect you and negotiate on your behalf. But don't sleep on vacant land because it's a great opportunity. New home construction is another thing to look at, but make sure you're getting your own inspection, your own inspectors involved. We recommend J. Smith A Snoop Inspection as well for that. All right, Abby Rutledge, thanks so much. How do you want people to connect with you?
Just Abby Rutledge at Livian.com, or you can call me at 727-475-1770. Happy to help you with your any buyer needs, any seller needs.
Perfect.
Here for you. So
repeat that number one more time.
727-475-1770.
All right, good stuff. Well,
Thanks,
hey, another
Brandon.
great show. My pleasure. And another great show. We had Jason Avery Construction and Remodeling, and attorney Lee Carr as well on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And thanks so much for subscribing to the podcast and the YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate that. It really means the world to us when you connect with us. So we'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.